Listen to these bees. Whew. Busy bee day today. Gonna be working in the bee yard. It is September 14th and got a lot to do today. I've done my first extraction a few weeks ago, and now I'm just going to be harvesting the last bit of the goldenrod honey, which is the honey they collect in throughout the last part of August, beginning of September. So this is the last honey harvest of the year. I'm going to be extracting that honey. Also, I'm in the middle of treatments with the bees, so we're going to be giving them some antibiotics mixed with some delicious icing sugar, and getting the bees ready to be healthy and happy for the winter, which makes the beekeeper happy as well. All right, let's get to it. Now I've got the leaf blower ready, so we'll see how aggressive these bees are, but generally this time of year I don't like to screw around and just clear the bees out of those supers as fast as I can. The other thing is I bought all new beekeeping equipment mostly, but I still need a beekeeper suit. And the last time I was in those hives, which was just a few days ago, I actually had bees inside my veil. So I had a couple bees crawling across my face. I had a couple bees crawling across my face, and unfortunately I got stung a couple of times in the neck, right near my jugular. I survived that, of course, and just looks like I have a little hickey now. So this is the icing sugar mix that we're going to be giving them, and that helps with something called American foul brood, which is a very nasty virus that the bees can get. This time of year it's important that their immune systems are high, because there's going to be robbing occurring between hives. I have a neighbor who also keeps bees, so we just want to make sure we keep those bees healthy. And I got my new smoker, really loving this. For years I had a smaller smoker, and this just keeps the fuel going a little bit longer. So happy to be using this. Okay, here's the first couple of colonies we're going to be working with. Now these two have already received their first treatment of the icing sugar mix, so they get 3 treatments. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go through these one at a time. So only the first hive here, first colony, has had its first treatment with the icing sugar mix. And so I'm going to pull the rest of the honey supers. But I think before I'll do that, I'll treat this first colony. And then I'll see how their how their behavior is. I think they might be a little aggressive. We are stealing the last of their honey. We'll see how this goes. Okay, it's probably not too much honey in this. Oh, well, maybe more than I thought. Yeah, we got some honey in here. Let's see if it's all capped or not. Doesn't look like it's capped, so it might just be feeding this back to the bees, but let's have a look. It's a good heavy frame. Oh, look at that. Look how wrong I was. Boy, I love being wrong. So this side's not capped yet. So I guess I was half right, half wrong. Yeah, we'll probably feed this back to the bees. This is a little too wet for my liking. If we find any full frames in there, we'll harvest them. But oh, nice, this guy's coming off. And then we'll blow those bees out of there in a minute. Now there's been cooler weather, so I expect there to be quite a bit of propolis on my queen excluder. Propolis is a propolis is a resin that the bees make, and they seal their hives with it to cut down the drafts, winter drafts. They will also, if they have any foreign matter or something in the hive they can't deal with themselves, they'll seal it over with propolis. Propolis is a very medicinal substance, and I use it in my don't do a lot, but I do make some skincare products, and I always make sure that there's propolis infused. It's pretty cool stuff. Okay, let's get them there. Icing sugar. If you're wondering what these are the, just finished the treatments of Formic Pro. These are the treatments we do for mites. Mites are one of the biggest threats of our honeybees in North America. And really, really important that you're always monitoring the mite levels and treating as necessary. In the fall, it's almost always necessary to treat. And they're just finishing up there. I could probably take them out now, but officially I think they've got one more day, so I'll just leave them on. I'll be back in here in 5 days to do the second round of this icing sugar mix. Icing sugar, we just go around the edges and mostly along the back frames here. We don't want this mixing in with the brood. Hey ladies, you are done. Thank you so much for a lovely season. Your honey so far has just been sublime. So thank you for your hard work. Okay, one last hive to do. Alright guys, here's the fun part. Not so fun for the bees, but I'm going to be blowing out the remaining bees out of those honey supers, blowing them with a leaf blower from a safe distance. It doesn't harm the bees, I can promise you this, and it basically just blows them back in front of their hives. The only issue with this is that some of the bees may not make it right back to their actual hive. I think that's okay because, literally as we're treating for foul brood, this is boosting their immune system, so I'm not too worried about them getting mixed up in their colonies. All right, let's get these bees out and collect our honey. Alright, so I got our 3 boxes cleaned out there. Listen to these bees. Whew. Find your way home, ladies. Now that kind of gives you a sense of the amount of buzzing that the beekeeper hears. I don't know why I'm talking in the third person, but it can get really, really loud, and sometimes that's very cool. I mean, I love bees, but it can also be a little stressful. I'll be honest. When I was in there a few days ago, I had to quit about halfway through because I had 2 bees inside my veil. I've got a few little holes in this jacket needs replacing, and I had bees basically covering me. They were very, very mad, and I had a couple of them inside my veil, and I did get stung twice in the neck. And it was also a little late in the day. Now I'm close to mid-afternoon, so it's sort of more of a perfect time to do it. But we'll stack these supers up with a Quebec skateboard, and we'll let those bees escape themselves, and then we'll be harvesting this honey either later today or tomorrow. Okay, so I got these 3 boxes with a Quebec skateboard. Just sits on top of the box here, and lets the bees leave easily. See the hole there underneath, and then when they come out, they find their way out through the maze, but it's a little bit difficult for the bees to find their way back in, so we'll clear the rest of the bees out of there and bring them inside the cabin to get extracted. Now, it's not all just about honey and wax with the honeybees. It's also about pollination. So let's go have a look and see what the garden's doing. Pretty much harvested it out. I've got lots of veggies this year. Look at these nice sunflowers. They have grown so tall. They gotta be over 7 feet. This one anyways. That they are not holding themselves up any longer. It's bending over. I have a feeling a chipmunk, or well, not a chipmunk, I have a feeling the squirrels have been in there. Everything else has been leaving this garden alone though, which is awesome. I've had the trail cameras out, and raccoons, a skunk, and I haven't seen any squirrels inside, but I think they've gotten in, and I think they've climbed up a couple of these sunflowers. And actually for sure something was in, because it ate my the one corn that was coming up. But I do got a little pumpkin there, and another one that's trying to grow. Boop. That's what I was hoping to see. And we got one red pepper to pick. A lot of carrots. I haven't even, I picked a couple carrots, but still letting them get a little bit bigger. Got a couple onions hiding back here. And hot peppers. Jalapeno hot peppers. And they are going to be for my hot honey that I've been making. Of course, here's the rest of the herbs. Got some rosemary and basil and parsley. So the addition of this fence and the auto watering system, off-grid gravity-fed auto watering system, has worked great all summer. We had so much rain in early August for about a week that the garden actually did flood. So the garden was just sitting in, a couple inches of water. Everything except for the raised beds was getting pretty darn soggy, and I thought, geez, that's the last of my garden. But did finally dry it up, and like I said, I got a bunch more veggies out of there, so pretty happy with it. Gives me something to do up here, and gives the bees a little bit more stuff to pollinate.